Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I think you guys have probably noticed it. Bitcoin has a familiar bullish smell as Bitcoin price did hit $66,000 per coin, guys. You can see now we are firmly above that level that we saw back in late August. And we are continuing to move to the upside, as you guys can see here on the daily chart. We did close above that level. And if I throw this here on the hourly, you guys can see that consistent bullish trend for Bitcoin. Even on the hourly over the last several hours, we have been able to maintain momentum over that level. And so now we're paying attention very closely to Bitcoin price. BTC price activity gets market observers excited as China stocks see the best week in 16 years. So what some people are attributing this to is the Chinese stock market. Already up 3% week to date, BTC to USD received a collateral boost from events in China where a slew of stimulus measures gave the Shanghai Composite Index its best week since 2008. And that is no easy feat. This feels frighteningly familiar, trading sources told the Kobesi letter. The move followed the S&P 500, setting repeated new all-time highs since the Federal Reserve announced policy easing measures in the form of 50 basis points, and we heard about that rate cut back on September the 18th. The day's key U.S. macro data release, the August print of the personal consumption expenditures came in broadly as expected. The next Fed meeting is in November, and the markets want another 50 basis point cut. While Kobesi argued they did not need a 50 base cut in September and does not need another one going forward, data from CME Group's FedWatch tool spelled out market demand. So what they're saying is, more Fed cuts would mean more easy money to borrow, which means if people can borrow money easily, more money will enter, stock markets, by extension, cryptocurrency markets too. Let's just take a look at, let's just see the Shanghai, if we can look that up. Shanghai, let's look that up. The Shanghai Composite Index, is that SSE or Shang Comp? No, what is it? What is it again? I think it's SSE. No, here it is. Okay, the SSE Composite Index. So there it is. There it is, guys. Take a look at that. So they're saying this definitely has had an impact on what we are seeing today. Over the last week or so, we have seen this thing rally We have seen this thing rally almost 15%. And so at this point, we're taking a look at the bigger picture, how this is affecting Bitcoin. The FOMO is back. Well, the beginnings of the FOMO is back, dare I correct. $70,000 and then new record highs are in sight. Okay, so now analysts are saying straight up, we have been postulating that this would occur in quarter 4 of 2024. And sure enough, we're knocking on quarter 4's door here. A $10 billion surge in stablecoin minting over the past week has flooded the crypto market with liquidity. So that is another reason why we're seeing crypto markets starting to rise again. FOMO is back. Are you holding enough Bitcoin and altcoins to ride the new wave? Is the title of Marcus Thielen's latest analysis. With Bitcoin breaking over 65,000, we anticipate a swift move towards 70,000. So what he is suggesting now, guys, is that now that we've seen Bitcoin starting to break up above these localized highs here, the lower highs that we have been seeing over the last 6 months, it's only a matter of time before we get up above all-time high. Well, get up above $70,000 per coin, which was in and around here, and just blast through that, making new all-time highs. This is generally what happens, right? It takes a long time to come down, and then as soon as it breaks that first level, the next levels usually hit at lightning speed. Of particular interest at Thielen, Circle's USDC accounted for 40% of the recent stablecoin inflows. So, as they're framing stablecoins here as part of this Bitcoin bull run, the stablecoin needs to exist because we need liquidity in the market. And this is how, traditionally crypto traders have been getting that liquidity in. So USDT has been minting on Tron, and that's typically associated with capital preservation. USDC minting could indicate a rise in DeFi activity. So all these signs pointing to the latest bullish trend for Bitcoin. And guys, I woke up this morning happy to see that XRP was even up over 60 cents per coin. So we've been looking at the Bitcoin chart right now, and let's throw that on the hourly, guys. As you guys can see over the last several hours here, Bitcoin has just been steadily making its way up. Contrast that with XRP and boom, there you go. XRP in a bullish state since about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably waking up right now finding the same. So right now, XRP trading in and around 61.5 cents, a far cry from where it was at 0.587 yesterday, give or take. So that is up almost 5%, 4.77% just in a few hours. And you guys can see here, even though we are seeing some bearish activity here, like right at the top, we're seeing large wicks, large tails on these last two candlesticks, which means probably we are going to continue to move to the upside. So Ripple Van Winkle pointing this out. There's nothing like waking up on a Saturday morning before the sun to see XRP making its move. So guys, hopefully at this point, hopefully what we see is XRP continuing to make its way up. I mean, that next level there for XRP is roughly 65 and change, almost 66 cents per coin. So if we can get above that, that is the next level, and it's looking very bullish, and everything right now is set up to promote that continued bullish trend. So wanted to thank Ripple Van Winkle here for posting that. Guys, we can see market sentiment at 57, so still in neutral territory, but at the higher end of that. We're almost getting into the green there. Market cap is at 2.3 trillion. Wow, we haven't seen it there for a while. 24-hour volume is down a little bit. Bitcoin dominance is still sticking at 56.3, so a lot of this money still flowing into Bitcoin. Bitcoin up by 0.13%. Ethereum's up by 0.3% in the last 24 hours. Solana has cooled off a little bit. BNB coin is down actually a little bit. But XRP, guys, up 4.55%. So this is what happens, right? The rest of the altcoins rally, XRP takes a break, and then XRP does make its move. It's happened time and time again. And at this point, I'm not surprised. I get it if this is maybe your first bull run, or if you got caught up in the hype in 2021 or 2020 and maybe you haven't seen a full bull run play out yet. This is what we are to expect. Lady of Crypto here also pointing this out. FTX repayments are starting next week. So that is another thing that's going to perhaps be a catalyst for this market to really kind of roll, for Bitcoin to continue to surge. Most don't understand what this means. $16 billion, okay, going to the bank accounts of crypto degens. Degens who missed the bottom because scam, wankman fraud, aka Sam Bankman-Fried. This will be their last chance to buy alts heavily. Never have we ever had 16 billion handed directly to degens this early in a run. So something else that we are going to be paying attention to. And guys, thanks so much to those who did attend the live Q&A event yesterday. My Patreon subscribers are getting the inside scoop on what I think is going to happen this bull run. We are going to continue to analyze the market and figure out, try to pinpoint the top. You know, a lot of my efforts are going to be on trying to pinpoint the top of that market. So for only $5 a month, you can join me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel if you want to see what I'm doing this time around. And for the Patreon subscribers, I'm going to get that cash out flow chart and also that strategies post to sign up for other exchanges so that you are prepared. Patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for those of you guys interested. We also have this news, guys. Binance founder CZ has now walked free from U.S. prison. Yes, he was there for 4 months. Somebody brought up something interesting, though, with regards to the Binance coin. I think it was Meta Lawman on Twitter over the last, when did he get sentenced? Maybe it says here in the article. When did he get sentenced? 4 months. Well, I guess we can count back. September, August, July, June, May. So at the end of May, if we look at Binance coin at the end of May, that would bring us in around here. And somebody was saying that it actually rallied while he was in prison, but I don't see that if he was only there for 4 months. It's sitting at roughly the same spot at where it was. So I don't know. I saw that and I wanted to take a look at that, but it doesn't look like that is true. But CZ is released. I think this is also at least spelling psychologically a boon for crypto holders. He has been a very influential person in the space. So, you know, the sentiment overall, guys, is getting better. So much so that people are downloading fake wallet apps. So be careful, guys. Make sure you are downloading a reputable app if it's a hot wallet or whatever. I personally use the Ledger Nano. It's a cold wallet storage solution. I do have an affiliate link in the description of my video. You can use it if you want. You don't have to use it. I have it there so that people do not get scammed. Scammers made off with more than $70,000 before a fake Wallet Connect app was taken down from the Google Play Store, and it was downloaded 10,000 times, guys. So just be mindful, just be careful, and make sure you're keeping your cryptocurrency safe. A fake wallet app available for 4 months on Google Play was shut down after 70,000 was stolen. The malware posed as Wallet Connect, a popular Web3 protocol, and directed unsuspecting users to a site that tricked them into authorizing transactions, granting access to their funds. In total, the app was downloaded 10,000 times, though only 150 people fell for the ruse. So again, guys, it only takes a few who have a lot of cryptocurrency, Just be mindful, just be careful. I wanted to keep moving along because I touched on this in yesterday's video. If you guys didn't catch that, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. The prevailing sentiment surrounding XRP is that the SEC makes an appeal. XRP will miss this bull run. Lee Rock Malberstone responding here, I believe that Ripple is timing the announcement of the RLUSD to blunt the impact of the FUD as a result of the appeal. I don't think that XRP will be affected either way by the appeal. In my opinion, there'll be so much money flowing into crypto that almost all projects will benefit. Well, we are going to be seeing a rally. Andrew's here saying, yeah, it is likely priced in already. So, I mean, there is still some controversy surrounding this. I'm happy that Fred Rispoli did also respond to this. I'm 60-40 right now in favor of seeing an SEC notice of appeal, but the stakes are really high now for the SEC. Letting it slide, so no appeal, means that programmatic sales is a one-off loss that literally only applies to Ripple secondary sales and is distinguishable. And is a distinguishable SDNY loss for the SEC. Appealing and getting Ripple affirmed is a huge gift to all litigants in the Second Circuit fighting against the SEC. So all of NY, the SEC's favorite, to argue all secondary sales are not investment contracts. Andrew's here responding, would it be a better strategy for the SEC to move forward with other cases where they have a stronger chance to succeed? That could impact secondary sales for all crypto. And this has been that question. The SEC has been spreading their resources very thin. Would it be better for them to, put their resources somewhere else at this point, considering they are losing or have lost pretty much against Ripple? Fred here responding, I agree with John Deaton, I guess I should finish off this Andrews tweet. He did say, listening to Deaton, it seems the Torres ruling would be very difficult for the SEC to overrule. And Fred Rispoli responded to that. I agree with John. The reality of SEC's chances of winning on an appeal, though mainly come down to 3 randomly selected justices that would hear it. If the SEC drew 3 biased judges, rare but possible, it could win. So they would definitely need the judges to be biased in order for that to be turned around. I mean, now that we have stablecoins entering the market and it's feeling like, every single day we're getting a new stablecoin project being launched, this one courtesy of Wrath of Kahneman and Robinhood, guys, which just acquired Bitstamp, and both of these companies have a connection to Ripple, is launching their own stablecoin as well. So Robinhood Markets has just announced that it is going to be launching its own stablecoin, a type of crypto designed to maintain stable value. Following this announcement, the move may position the financial institution to take some market share from USDT, which represents over 2/3 of the overall stablecoin landscape. So another company here looking to enter the stablecoin market. I guess they realize stablecoins is where it's at in terms of crypto regs at this moment in time, and they're all just going to have to go with the flow. They're going to regulate their stablecoins. The stablecoins are going to be in the market, and then as we see more development, we're going to see other cryptocurrencies get regulated. I feel like it's moving at a snail's pace, but they told us that. They warned us that this would not happen right away. I don't know if you guys remember, if you've been here this long. I've been here since effectively since 2018. I have technically been in the market since 2017. That's when I didn't know anything. I was one of those FOMOers. I FOMO'd in. I bought XRP. I bought Bitcoin. I saw my portfolios go up, and then I saw them come down in 2018. And, I took that opportunity to learn a lot. But even back then, they were saying, this crypto regulation is going to move at a snail's pace. And even Bearable Guy did reiterate that with the molasses riddle, right? The jar of molasses, the regulations moving very, very slowly. So the stablecoins thing, I don't know if this had always been in the cards, but stablecoins, this is what's getting regulated first. So I feel that all these companies are coming out with their stablecoins first so that they can at least get their foot in the door, so that they can get their foot in the market, and then we will see what happens. And, this is the same with Ripple because of the XRP controversy and, what has happened surrounding that particular crypto. Ripple probably pivoted and decided, okay, well, let's do a stablecoin because that's what's going to be regulated first. So at least we can get a foothold in the market with the stablecoin. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know if these stablecoins are going to be a long-term play for any of these companies. I think once the industry gets more comfortable with cryptocurrency and DLT technology, what I think is going to happen is that they'll move on to the technology that existed years ago that they could have just jumped on board with, but because they are losers and don't get it and really need to be handheld through this, well, we have to have a stablecoin first because we don't really understand and we have to unget it. And it's kind of pathetic. They're not putting in the work to learn. And so it's a bit of a hand-holding proposition at this point. Nevertheless, guys, it will be regulated. And I don't think, any of this stablecoin, Robinhood, whether it's a Robinhood stablecoin or another stablecoin or a Ripple, I don't think I don't think these stablecoins are meant to compete with one another, to be honest with you. I think it's just these companies realizing, okay, if we want a foothold in the market right now, we have to have a stablecoin because that's the only thing that's going to be regulated. Anyway, just my opinion there. But I did want to thank the Wrath of Conman for posting that. Now, Mr. Man, guys, bringing this to our attention. And this is what I mean. A lot of these banks around the world have already been trialing, if not using RippleNet technology for a very long time. He says, to my knowledge, many are and will be deployed once full regulatory clarity is offered. So this goes back to that point of global regulatory clarity worldwide so that we can transact in a cryptocurrency, i.e. XRP. So, some of these countries have been leveraging DLT technology, in particular Ripple technology. So RippleNet specifically in Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Egypt, and the list goes on and on. I will link this in the description. And guys, this dates back. Some of these guys have been using this as early as 2015 in the United Kingdom. No, sorry, 2014. In the United States, right down here. So this is, again, trial periods for a lot of these banks, the sandbox, the pilot projects. But a lot of these countries, have been using RippleNet and XRP, or trialing it at least, over the last decade. So, they know the what's what. They understand that the technology is there. I'm sure a lot of these companies are ready to jump on board once it is fully clear. It's government regulators, though. Again, back to my point on stablecoins. Nevertheless, guys, if you do hold XRP, you are a small minority of people who will do well in the future. This one from Echo to Truth here on Twitter by holding just 3,600 XRP. Now, I don't know how many you guys have. I've got more than that. But just by holding 3,600, you're already in the top 10% of all XRP holders. A clear visualization of how early you are in this opportunity. So this just shows you guys people who have heard of crypto. So that is in the blue. People who own crypto, that is in the green there. I don't know if you can even see that. I think I should punch in there. People who have heard of XRP, that is a small, minute population there in yellow. People who own XRP, only a couple of dots there. And people who own over 25,000 XRP, one dot. Okay, one dot there compared to the population of the world. And so he brings up the rich list. Now, the rich list is something that if you just Google XRP rich list, this result does show up here, richlist.info. It used to be Vietsvin who created this originally, but he stopped doing work on it because he got busy with other things. And now somebody took over the reins and created their own version of the same thing. But it does give you guys a visualization, a good representation of where you guys stand if you do hold anywhere between, 5,000 to 10,000 XRP, for example, versus 100,000 to 500,000 XRP. And then the numbers down here, you are in the top 1% if you hold over 53,276 XRP. And these numbers fluctuate just depending on the wallets. It's directly connected to the XRP ledger. So it is a good resource. I know some of you guys already know about it. But guys, what I'm really interested in is the long term, okay? Well, first and foremost, I'm interested in making profit during this bull run. That's why I started the Patreon. But guys, the long term, I'm going to be holding a portion of my XRP for the longer term, and all those details are going to be found at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. This is the reason State Street Digital Asset Survey, okay, from institutions on why they believe crypto will be mainstream. This courtesy of Chad Steingraber. Only 2% apparently say that this is going to be mainstream in the next 1 to 2 years. So we're only looking at 2%, guys. 9% say 3 to 4 years. 11% say they're not sure. 3% say they don't think tokenization and digital trading will ever become mainstream. So 2% are saying basically right away. 3% are saying it'll never happen. And the lion's share, 58%, say 10 years or more. So I thought that was kind of an interesting statistic. If you go down here, another chart here, tokenization will be a major focus for institutions. So assets most likely to be tokenized. And this is what institutions thought. Okay, 64% said private equity, 50% said private fixed income, 44% said physical assets, so infrastructure or real estate, 33% said public market fixed income, and 28% said public market equity. So you can see it runs the gamut. But the thing that gets my ears perking up are things like this. When we saw the other week, and if you guys didn't catch the video, when we saw Grayscale reintroduce the XRP trust, I'll link that video up here. Grayscale, they had XRP in a trust from before. Then when the lawsuit hit, they removed it. Now they have launched it again. And guys, They continue to promote it. This was just, again, promoted yesterday, even though they released this about a week ago. Grayscale XRP Trust is open to eligible accredited investors seeking exposure to XRP. So they are targeting accredited investors, and from my understanding, that is people, and it might be different for different institutions, but that is investors who are worth over $1 million in assets. So accredited, you do have to have the cash, but they want to have exposure. They assume that people would want exposure to a cryptocurrency that solves real world problems. So now we're seeing XRP enter the mainstream and getting institutions interested in something in one of the first cryptocurrencies that's going to provide value to the real world. So Grayscale's offering this. The interesting thing though, guys, the Grayscale fund has doubled in assets under management since September the 19th. This is another one courtesy of Chad Steingraber. If you remember when they launched here, it was $646,000 roughly dollars. Okay, and that was on the 18th. Now, guys, that number has ballooned, assets under management, to $1.2 million. So this is big news. We are obviously seeing this number increase. And, the fact that Grayscale wants to provide this to institutional accredited investors only, I mean, come on, an XRP trust, this is no longer child's play. This is going to be the next digital asset that really transforms the financial landscape. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.